Yo, this is a motherfucker who needs no introduction. You are watching Breaking Records Radio.
You are now tuned in to Breaking Records Radio. Sorry, I want to talk about the new project that you have. And I've been told that it's not exactly an album per se. Can you talk about what the listening session is and what can we expect?
Well, the listening session is just that. It's for you to listen to. It's designed for you to listen. Throughout my entire career, I always needed up music, just punch the wall, get something kind of music. So this music on this particular release is for you to listen to. If we go back to 2019, I had two solo releases, one called the Six Pack and one called the Baker's Dozen.
Yeah.
These releases, the Six Pack, the Baker's Dozen, and the listening session are all a part of what we call the Billy Dance Project. So really they are my versions of singles. So the Six Pack is a 6-part single. The Baker's Dozen is a 13-part single. And the listening session is a 12-part single. That's all it is. And because, I feel like there's a lot for me to say, so, and I want to do things different. I don't just want to give you one song at a time. Here's my single, here's my single. No, here's my single, 6 songs. Here's my next single, 13 songs. Here's my next single, 12 songs. And you still know the album, which is titled The Billy Dance Project, is on the way.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
So in labeling it this way, it almost forces the listener to listen to it as one cohesive project, as you said, one single, rather than splitting it up between individual songs, letting it kind of experience let the fans experience it through radio play, for example. You really want people to sit down and listen to this as a kind of one cohesive project from beginning to end.
Exactly. That's
Gotcha.
exactly what it is. Buddy, you're smart, buddy.
Are you releasing these physically as well, or are you waiting until the Billy Dance Project gets out before you end up putting out vinyl or a tape or a CD?
You know what? It's something that I've been working on since the Baker's Dozen, but it's like, I don't know, it's like guys aren't serious these days. Like these companies aren't as serious as they should be. If you call yourself being a part of the music business or being in the music business, I think you should be doing business.
Yeah.
So I don't have the ability actually I do, because I got too many people I can call to figure out how to press up my own vinyl. It's just, I'm just a little bit busy with a lot of other things. But as of right now, I've already started the next project. I started the next project actually 2 weeks ago. Well, the next release, let's be clear on that. The next release I started about 2 weeks ago. So I don't have the time to actually track down a vinyl company to get this situated. But if there's anybody out there that's serious and maybe want to come and jump on board, I'm always open for a conversation.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's one of the things. Like, I'm a physical collector myself, and I pride myself on having physical medium in almost every instance. But at the same time, offering something digitally only is way easier on the artist, right? And not only that, but you're able to release music on your own time, without any real stress or worries about finances, about business, etc. You can do it completely yourself, and you have complete ownership of that. As soon as you start pressing stuff, you have to rely on other people. Even if you're doing it independently, you still have to end up calling a CD presser. You have to call a vinyl presser. You have to involve other businesses in your art. And I understand why that would be frustrating. And sometimes it's not only it might be frustrating, you just might not have time for it. As you said, you might be already moving on to the next project, and that's what you're working on and worried about.
Well, I'm kind of a workaholic, bro. So, if it's something that can happen, I'll do it as long as I don't have to rely on anyone else, like you said. You know what I mean? Because I don't sit still for no one. I'm sure we've all. I'm not just myself, but I know a lot of people, maybe even yourself, had been in any kind of situation where you relied on someone else that didn't come through.
Sure.
And it all falls in your lap. I don't want to be a part of anything like that. And when it's time for me to go, I want to go, and I don't want nobody else to hold me back. And I don't think anybody else wants me to be upset at them and blaming them for holding back something that, I feel like I need to do.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fair.
I don't think anybody wants me to look at them in that way. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm always open to it. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of other things coming in the pipeline, not just myself, but my son, my nephew, Fame, Teflon, the whole MOP movement. So if anybody want to come and get involved, you know, just contact me. Let's see what we can do. As long as it makes sense, we'll do it.
Yeah, fair
You know
enough.
what I mean?
Yeah. So let's call these singles, because I like referring to it in that way. I think not only obviously you want them to be referred to in that fashion, but I understand it, and I think it actually is a pretty cool way of thinking about these projects. But in terms of singles, then, so this project, the Billy Danze project, the album that will end up coming out, is it going to be consisted of these 3 singles, the Six Pack, the Baker's Dozen, and the new project, the Listening Party?
You know
Or
what?
the listening
Maybe.
session?
But that may be way too much music, because I already got 40 other songs that people haven't heard and won't hear until I select whatever I want to select for the full Billy Danze project. And
Gotcha.
I'm going to create more records until we get to the release of the Billy Danze project. As I said, I've already started working on the next piece already 2 weeks ago. I got about 6, 7 songs in already for that.
Gotcha.
That has nothing to do with the 40-something songs that I have for the Billy Danze project. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just want to make sure people get enough so they understand that there's many different angles to Billy Danze. There's many different things I can write about other than take chains off, take things, you know what I mean? I can do other things, and I'm just trying to give people a full view on Billy Danze, because I've read this on the internet, and Fame tells me, stay off the internet, stop worrying about that. Of course I'm not worried about it, but I've read things on the internet where dudes will actually get all the way foolish and say that I can't rap. So I think that was my fuel, sort of, for this, to make sure I give you every style of rap and quality version of it. So whoever that person was that said that on the internet could potentially change his mind. So I'm out here campaigning. I'm sort of like the Joe Biden of this thing.
Putting in work, yeah.
You put in that work, you know.